If you're standing in front of the budget spreadsheet wondering whether a 55-inch 4K collaboration display is a smart add-in for your meeting room, you probably want 3 quick answers. Who will actually get value out of it? Who can safely walk away? And does the price make sense for an everyday business that just needs reliable video calls and screen sharing? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Those are the exact questions I asked myself after scrolling through a dozen options and reading through the handful of user comments that made it past the 4-star threshold. Let's start with the environment the screen is built for. The Yealink MeetingDisplay MD55 is a 55-inch panel that pushes 3840x2160 pixels, so every spreadsheet, design mock-up, or shared whiteboard looks crisp from across a typical conference room. The brightness is rated at 500 nits, which means it can handle the usual office lighting without washing out the image, but if your space is a glass-walled boardroom flooded with daylight, you'll still want to pull the blinds or use a dedicated projector. The display runs Android 13, equipped with 4 GB of RAM and a modest 32 GB of internal storage. In practice, that translates to a smooth experience when you launch the native Yealink collaboration apps, stream a YouTube tutorial, or pull up a PDF from the built-in file manager. You won't be gaming here, but for the tasks most teams need: video meetings, screen sharing, quick document reviews, the OS feels snappy enough that you won't be waiting on a loading spinner. Installation is where the rubber meets the road. The unit comes with a VSA-compatible mounting kit, so you can bolt it to a wall or put it on a sturdy mobile cart if you need flexibility. Because it's an all-in-one panel, you only need power, an HDMI cable for a laptop if you want a secondary source, and a USB-C or standard USB stick for extra files. The built-in Bluetooth makes plugging in a wireless presenter or a pair of headphones painless, no need to wrestle with dongles. That simplicity is a huge win for IT departments that want a plug-and-play solution. You can roll out the display in a new room, connect the network, and you're ready to schedule the first meeting. There's no separate PC or mini PC to manage, which cuts down on both hardware clutter and ongoing software patching. Now, let's talk about the practical strengths that actually matter after the box is opened. First, the 4K resolution combined with the relatively large panel size creates a shared visual space that reduces the crowding feeling you get with a 27-inch monitor in a 6-person room. When a designer pulls up a high-resolution mock-up, the whole team can see details without leaning in, which keeps the conversation flowing. Second, the Android platform means you can install the same apps you already use on your phone: Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet directly onto the screen. There's no need to bring a laptop into the room just to start a call. The built-in camera and microphone, if you add Yealink's optional conference kit, can be controlled from the touchscreen, letting you start a meeting with a single tap. Third, the 32 GB of storage, while not huge, is enough to keep a cache of frequently shared documents, presentation decks, and training videos locally. That can be a lifesaver if the network hiccups during a critical demo. The file is already on the screen. Every product also has its trade-offs, and the MD55 is no exception. The Android 13 environment is stripped down to the essentials. There's no full desktop browser, and multitasking is limited to a couple of apps in split view. If your workflow relies on dragging and dropping files from a Windows Explorer window into a conference app, you'll still need a laptop or a dedicated PC in the room. The 4 GB of RAM, while adequate for basic collaboration, can feel strained if you try to run multiple heavy video streams at once, especially if you're using high-resolution content and a third-party conferencing solution that isn't optimized for Android. Also, the unit does not ship with an integrated camera or a speaker system. You'll have to attach Yealink's external conference kit or a third-party solution. For teams that expect an out-of-the-box video conferencing experience with built-in audio and video, that adds a small extra cost and a bit of setup time. So, who should click Add to Cart and who should keep scrolling? If you run a small to mid-size office with dedicated meeting rooms, a hybrid workforce that needs a stable hub for screen sharing, and you're already invested in the Yealink